The COVID-19 is now eligible for 16-year-olds and older. Will you be receiving it? Hello, good afternoon. My name is Thais Martinez. COVID-19 has been around for over a year now, and now there has been 3 new vaccines developed that are FDA approved to receive. And these vaccines decrease the severity of the virus. Today I'll be first talking about the importance of the COVID-19 vaccine, second on the different brands of the vaccines, and then finally some of the symptoms you might get when receiving the vaccine. I'll first begin by telling you the importance of the vaccine. The vaccine, all of them, Moderna, Pfizer, and Johnson & Johnson, are all effective ways to prevent people from getting really sick and ending up in the hospital or maybe even dying. According to the UAB Medicine News, they stated that COVID-19 vaccine helps to prevent you from getting very ill. With receiving the vaccine, you will be protecting yourself and others around you, because you have a lower chance in receiving COVID, and if you do have COVID, the symptoms will be not shown, and it's not going to be a severity, and you won't end up in a hospital. I understand that at the moment people are still not considering and taking the vaccine because there's not much information and statistics out on it, and also now with one of the vaccine brands that have been put on pause because people are getting abnormal symptoms. But there has been a lot of research and studies done on the vaccines now to see the effectiveness and to see what symptoms they developed. So the first vaccine that I'll be talking to you about is Moderna. This is a 2-dose vaccine, and according to the article from National Library of Medicine, they conducted a study on the efficiency of Moderna. The results were that Moderna was effective 94.1% in preventing COVID-19. This means that Moderna has a great chance in not contracting COVID-19 if you do receive the shot. The next vaccine I'll be talking to you will be Pfizer. This is also a 2-dose vaccine. There was a study done in Hadassah Hebrew University Center on healthcare members. Some healthcare members did receive the Pfizer vaccine and some of them didn't. So and the results were that the cases of COVID went down because of the healthcare members that did receive the vaccine did not develop COVID-19 or didn't develop the symptoms. And it's surprising because, like, in a medical center you expect to be a lot of cases because you're dealing with patients with COVID, or like some patients with COVID, and like seeing that Pfizer decreased the amount of cases in a medical center is surprising. And then the last vaccine that I'll be talking to you about will be Johnson & Johnson. I know that this is the vaccine that has been put in pause. People have developed severe headaches, abdominal pain, leg pain, and this vaccine is also just 1 dose, not like the other 2, and it is 66% effective in preventing moderate to severe COVID, but it also is 100% effective of preventing you from going to a hospital and preventing death. I completely understand that Johnson & Johnson might change the way that you might view the other 2 vaccines because if Johnson & Johnson gives you severe headaches and abdominal pain, maybe the other 2 will, but that's not the case. There hasn't been any signs of that. And like, if you're not considering taking Johnson & Johnson, there's the other 2 effective ways that you can, which is Pfizer and Moderna. And now I'll be showing you guys a chart on how the effectiveness of the vaccine is decreasing the amount of cases in the Bronx. So at least 300,000 people have received the vaccine, and when you go down you can see that from April last year, the cases have been going down. They went back up again because of the winter, but now with the vaccines, they're all going back down. Like every single one of them is decreasing, which is great news because you can see how the effectiveness of the vaccines are helping decrease the cases in New York City, and we were the hot point of COVID. So it's crazy to think like that now we're decreasing the cases after a year because of these vaccines. Now I'll be talking to you about the symptoms that you might have. These vaccines are like any other vaccines. The flu gives you also symptoms, like almost the same symptoms as the vaccines might give you. When I receive the flu shot, I get a pain and like sometimes I have a headache or like I feel dizzy, and that is the same thing that happens to you when you get the COVID-19 vaccine. Some of the symptoms are pain, fever, swelling on the site, headaches, and these symptoms always depend on the person. Not everyone will get symptoms. I didn't receive really any of like headaches or fevers or swelling. I did swelling, yes, and it was like hot to the touch, but like that's because I received a shot and it happens. These symptoms currently show up within like 24 hours to 48 hours after receiving the vaccine, and it goes away. And as you can easily see, so in conclusion, as you can easily see, receiving the COVID-19 is something people should consider doing since it decreases the chance of getting sick with COVID. I told you the importance of COVID-19 vaccine and the different types of brands that are being offered, and finally the symptoms of receiving it. COVID-19 is a virus that took so many lives, and receiving one of the vaccines helps decrease the number in cases and deaths, and it's one step closer to getting our normal life back without wearing masks. Now I'll leave it up to you to think and make the decision in receiving the vaccine and if it's something that you want. Once again, thank you. My name is Thais Martinez.